Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alimiyah, and in this video, I will explain about tone and mood in poetry. What are tone and moods? Tone is attitudes. Attitude is the way we treat things or feel about things. If I have a positive attitude towards something, then I treat it well or feel good about it. The opposite holds true for the negative attitudes. In poetry, tone is attitude of the narrator or speakers toward the subject of the poem. In other words, does the narrator or speakers treat the subject in a positive or negative way? Mood is how the poets make the reader feel, and how we feel when we read poetry is often affected by the tone of the poem. Tone and moods are two different yet connected elements of poetry. Tone is the narrator's attitude toward the subject of the poem. Mood is how the reader feels. So, how are tone and moods different? Well, a reader can feel afraid for a character even if the narrator doesn't seem to care about the some characters. Example Poetry 1. Piping down the valley wheels, piping song of pleasant glee. On a cloud I saw a child, and he longing sighed to me. Pipe a song about a lamb. So I piped with merry cheer. Piper, pipe that song again, so I piped, he wept to hear. The tone of the poem is positive and pleasant. The poets use phrases like merry cheer and piping song of pleasant glee. Clearly, the narrator is happy. I feel happy too. When I read this poem, it makes me think of a young child loud and playing to music. Example Poetry 2. Dearest, forgive that with my clumsy touch I broke and bruised your rose. I hardly could suppose it were a thing so fragile that my clutch could kill it thus. The tone seemed negative, one of regret and sorrow. The person speaking in the poem is asking for forgiveness. This shows that she feels bad about what she has done. This poem makes me feel a little bit sad. I feel like the speakers in the poem didn't mean to do what she did, and asking for forgiveness is never easy. Example of Poetry 3. And the still of a winter night, they sigh, when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon to an open cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor. A highwayman comes reading, reading, reading. A highwayman comes reading up to the old inn door. The tone is neither positive nor negative, but seems to be rather spooky or fearful. The narrator refers to the moon as a ghostly galleon. A galleon is an old ship. It is also a cloudy and windy night. This poem makes me feel kind of creepy. It is spooky night and a strange highwayman appears out of nowhere. Okay, thank you. That's all my explanation about tone and moods in poetry. If there is a mistake, forgiven. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.